Hello and welcome, it's Jilly here. I'm about to do a fluid art pour on this 50 by 55 canvas. I've got some really nice bright colours, but for a background I want to do a more muted background. So I am going to do a flip cup pour as my background, and then I'm going to work with the bright colours. So I'm literally doing a black and white monochrome background, so it's just using again my kiss pouring medium, and as I'll show you, I like to keep the paints a little bit thicker. You don't add any more water than is required because you could get cracking, but I find that they work absolutely brilliantly if I do it this way. So I'm just adding black and white. Actually, that's like a black navy. That's my custom black navy that I use, which is literally cool blue, add a blob of black and a blob of green, makes a beautiful, very dark black navy. Obviously, if you add more black, it's going to go more black, but so I'm just literally, I don't want to put too much, do I, of the navy, otherwise it's going to come out too, oh, I got a gooby bit in there. I'm going to fill this up now. Rightio. What I might do is put this, fill my corners and my edges with this first, so I've got plenty of area to in the centre to move my paints. So you could sort of absolutely use your fingers as long as you've got a cloth ready to wipe them. I usually do this either with a offset palette knife or a sponge brush, but today I'm doing it with fingers, and it's absolutely fine because remember, it's your art, your way, and the only rule is there's no rules. There is absolutely no rules. It's your art room, remember. Don't take criticism, do it your way. This is our bit of therapy time. Okie doke. I have got a cloth ready to wipe my little donnies. Not sure if I just need to put a few bits in there. I'll probably regret that because it might end up being too dark. I was going to flip it, but I'm not sure if I should pour it. Maybe I'll pour it in the figure 8. It seems to come out beautifully just recently. These come out nice enough to leave the whole thing as they are if somebody that likes more of monochrome look or modern, very modern art is these pours like this. So I'm going to try and get the paint all over my canvas before I start actually tilting off. I've got a few gooby bits, as you can see right there, so I'm going to just grab my little bendy tweezers and grab whatever that is. A snooty ball, as my son used to call them when he couldn't say the full word of S-N-O-T. He used to say snoot. Don't ask me. He's snooty ball. So the family keep it with snooty balls now. Rightio, tilt it off. Oh, that's really lovely as it is, isn't it? Look at that. So if you want to keep a monochromatic painting, how simple for wall art in your own home with the colours that you choose, that is very easy. And they're very effective. So I'm just tilting it, got a little bit more snooty. Let's put the snooties out, and then we'll go down this end. Keep the canvas. I can see a bit more snooties too. I don't know why, it's probably because I keep topping that up without letting it completely empty and clearing it out. My squeegee bottle, that is actually gorgeous. I'm going to recenter that just so I can get you don't leave the paint all at one end. And I've got a few more snooty bits. I can feel some, oh yes, look at that. Oh well, I don't, oh, and I've got another snooty. Ugh. Anyway, you may very well want to leave that exactly as it is, because that is perfect. Okay, I can just hear some people saying leave it as it is, leave it as it is. But no, I'm going to push on, and I'm just going to, might actually work more in this lighter area, and hopefully it ends up keeping the darker area. Somebody asked me what I do with the runoff off your canvas of your paint. Obviously, if you've only got a bit like there is today, there's not much use in doing anything but packing it back up in this paper and throwing it out. But if you've got a good amount, you can scrape it off, put it in a cup and use it as your a base, you know, a base colour for something. So it's all personal preference. Rightio, I've got the orange, global orange, and I am going to just do, what did I want to do? Just kind of a V, like a chevron, I guess. This is just to give it a really lovely pop of colour. This is called Coral, and they're all my global paints mixed with the pouring medium only. So I've got nothing in these paints but those products. And this is how I'm going to give it a pop. Give it a pop. What shall I go? I might just put the bit of yellow in. All the yellow will actually do is actually make the orange more brighter, I find. And then I've got one here called Blazing Saddle. Actually, I probably do not need any more in there. I did want to add some blue, but I've really gone and this is the cool blue to give it a pop of the blue to bring it in with the background. Not required, obviously, if you don't fancy doing it. But there you go. I'll give it a whiz over with my heat wand. And slow yourself down, because you can sometimes get too carried away and you know, if you stop and think about things. I'm telling you guys to do this. I should practice a leaf out of my own book and do it, because I often get carried away and do things quickly, especially when I'm doing a video, which I should take my time. Anyhow, let's see how this goes. Let me see. Let me think. Yeah. Not certain about that. Don't like that blobby. That with that monochrome background. I can see the colours are wonderful. I've just got too much paint sitting. So the only way that I know I can get rid of a fair amount of paint is to blow a balloon up. And then I've still got a lot of work to do on this, but I will. You can use a syringe to suck some paint out. You can scrape it up. There's lots of ways. If you've got a lot of paint, you can use a syringe and suck paint up. You can see that I've got a lot of paint sitting there, and if I leave a lot of paint there, it will just crack. I know I've had some people saying they've had cracking. It usually is there's a divot in your canvas and the paint's allowed to sit, it will crack. That's not too much, but I've still got some work to do on it, so stay with me, guys. So that's a way of removing some of the heavy lots of paint. If you can see, there's a lot of paint sitting in one spot, but I always like to use my balloon to remove it in that. I'll show you the next thing. Rightio, blow this balloon up. I actually love the colours, I do, and it's going to come out looking better than that with my balloon. I'll show you how you can remove paint with your balloon, and it gives it a nice effect, of course. Rightio, so use your balloon in between, I call it the belly button of the balloon, in between those two fingers. Then give it a good push into your paint. If your paint's the correct consistency, it won't leave a bald spot on your canvas. And I find there's so much paint sticks to the balloon that you're removing the excess paint that you believe, that you know is could have a tendency to crack if left, and yet it adds these beautiful effects to it. I believe it softens, and it definitely is my signature to my particular artwork, that people that buy it look for. My art signature is or should I say it's a signature style. See, that's taking it too much colour off there, but that's okay. I can come along with my smaller balloon and add some more detail in there. So I've taken the colour off there. I don't really want to do that anymore. So I've got my smaller balloon. It's just a normal size balloon, but it has a bit of water in it, and I find that extra bit of weight and being a smaller one, it's not really helping me there. I might have to wait till the paint dries off a bit and then come back in. Oh, that's very pretty. I want to use that nice little, hasn't come out so good. Oh, that's beautiful. I want to add some of the orange where I'm losing it a bit. So you just work with it. Just don't stress, it's only paint. I know people say, oh, it's only paint, but it's expensive. But you've got to, like all things, just work with it and try your best. You can only do your best. Even if you think it's not beautiful, there usually will be somebody that falls in love with a piece because it's, I don't know, it can be, talk to them, say something to them that you don't see. So this is a good way of removing any thick paint. See that blob there? Just keep kissing it. I'm losing a bit of the colour, but that's alright because you could always really add colour. Love all this colour here. I love it. Love it, love it. But the paint is a bit thick there. Like I said, when the paint is absorbed into the canvas a little bit, you can come back and give it another balloon kissing, because you'll find that they literally don't fall in there. I did want more of a area left here, but it hasn't worked out that way, and I'm happy with that kind of monochrome background and that absolutely garden burst. It is beautiful. Absolutely love it. So what do you guys think? Oh, go away, fly, shoe fly. Love it, love it, love it. That is going to look beautiful when it's dried, and it's going to look lovely on a wall. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Please, if any of you are feeling sad, lonely or depressed, just a reminder to please ring a family member or a friend, or if not, a helpline. There is always someone there to help you out, so don't suffer in silence. Please, please do something that gives you joy always. All right, my lovelies, thank you so much for joining me. Please be back again tomorrow. Check out some of the videos you may not have seen. There's plenty there. Bye for now.